Welcome to another Down the Rabbit Hole video. You ever watch something on YouTube that makes you think, God, I remember that vibe as a kid and I kind of want to buy it. So I did in this case. You already know what's in here. This is a chainmail sweater. And you're probably thinking to yourself, well, wait a minute. Don't you have a lot of chainmail? Like, you've got this chainmail t-shirt, picked it up in Norway. I've also got this chainmail outfit that I use for my videos because it's very convenient, just a bit of costuming. Why is it convenient? Well, it sure solves me having to grab the real chainmail that I own. This is very, very old, and I love it dearly, but it's heavy. Why am I getting another kind of chainmail? Well, this is inspired by a video I watched. You know, Modern History Television? The channel's been around for a long time, and the guy on there, Jason, is really, really good. He covers a lot of awesome stuff in a way that is very digestible and fun. And he did one recently about why did chainmail last so long? Why did we use chainmail for so long? It's like 1,000 years old, this stuff, and it's been improved, and you know, they added plates and all that kind of stuff to it, but like it's such a very, very useful bit of armor. Why did it last so long? What's to its credit? Why did it do so well? And one part of Jason's video really stuck in my head. He decides not only to try it on, but also to go about day-to-day activities. He's looking after the horses in the stable. He's doing a variety of things, just wearing the chainmail shirt. And he says himself, this thing is awesome. This is like wearing a really heavy sweater, and it has the flexibility. It has a lot of usefulness. And when I was watching him running around doing his stuff, I just thought, man, I remember playing Dungeons and Dragons. Chainmail was like the de facto armor to get. It was, first of all, more affordable than full-on plate mail and various other types of armor of the day, but it was just gave you a really good armor class. It gave you a lot of protection, like the real stuff does. And I was like, man, I got memories of like just doing everything in chainmail. Now, I've talked about chainmail a few times. In fact, my actual suit, I have tried this in a variety of scenarios. There was one conversation I had with my DM back in the day. You can't sleep in chainmail. I was like, oh yeah? I'll prove you wrong. And I did sleep in this stuff and I was perfectly fine. So why don't I wear the real McCoy very often? Well, it's super heavy and it's bulky, and even Jason in his video shows that like to get out of this stuff, you gotta pull a weird kind of a pose and wriggle out of it, and he says historically that is accurate. You've seen tapestries where they show people in that pose. And I'm just like, yeah, no, I don't really want to be putting this thing on. It's very heavy. It smells of metal because it is, but you know that like if you've been handling coins for too long, imagine that all over your body. This stuff has been great for my YouTube videos. I can throw it on, I can just be in armor, and it works really, really well for filming purposes, but it's a bit flimsy. Let me show you. See? Here it is. Here is the costume chainmail, and it does a good job. Like, it wiggles and it wriggles and stuff. It's very good. Very, very handy for the D&D videos that I do. I can just toss this on. You get the idea that I'm in chainmail without me having to go through the hassle of that full-on suit. But there's a few problems with this. First of all, I don't know what its long-term wear and tear is going to be. It's a piece of costume outfit, so it's fine for video purposes or a Halloween party, but it's not something that I could wear day in and day out. And I've been thinking to myself, another problem with this particular chainmail shirt is it's so dark. I have to crank up the brightness in order for you to make out that's what I'm wearing, as opposed to it just being a dark shirt. So it's problematic. And its usefulness is really just cosmetic. It's really just for videos, and that's fine, not a big deal. But I have been finding, I talked about this before, how I got the cloak, the same cloak that was used by Kramer over at Living Anachronism. He did a whole video about this cloak, and I love this cloak. It is actually very useful on a cold winter day. I put this thing on. I legit walk around the house in this cloak. and it makes me very warm. Like it serves a functional utilitarian purpose in the modern world. And I've always talked about how I love the idea of a cloak. I would love to be able to bring it back as a piece of garment or fashion. Don't know how well I would do. I certainly don't wear it outside in public, but when I'm at home on a cold day like today, this thing feels great. It'd be nice to have the two combined together, to have chainmail and cloak together. But the problem is this shirt doesn't have the wear and tear. It's not durable enough for actual use and actual wear. That is what we have in here. This is a shirt, a sweater made of a material that on the surface looks like chainmail. And I thought, you know, it was not on an unreasonable price tag on eBay. I've checked the measurements in advance. I think this is gonna fit. So I'm gonna open this up and check it out and see if we finally got ourselves a piece of chainmail. And also for those people who are historically in the know and who are probably yelling at their TVs right now, I know that chainmail is a repetitive phrase. The French term for this stuff is mail. So to say chainmail, I'm basically saying chain. That's silly, or mail. I should just call it mail. The official original term is actually just mail, not chainmail. But I've always referred to it as chainmail. It's always been in my mind as being chainmail. I know it from the D&D armor list as being chainmail. So I'm gonna call it chainmail, and I'm sorry about that. Anyway, let's open up this sweater and see, does it fit? And does it look chainmail-ish? Okay, let's open her up. Just see, what does this chainmail sweater look like? What is the material like? Not bad, not too bad. Feels heavy enough. Yeah, there we go. Now let's just see. It's very short in the front. Like it's not going to go down past my belly button. That's okay. But I'm going to wear this in combination with another shirt. Is it chainmail-ish? You know, it's not overly. And these arms have got like see-through-y bits. I think the listing was, I think they called it Scofy or something, which is some style of sweater like this. There's no label in here, but the material does feel, you know, it's going to keep me warm. That's for darn sure. Yeah, it's sort of like it. Yeah. Little gaps there. For the purpose of keeping me warm as a chainmail-ish sweater, I think it'll do okay. Yeah, you can kind of make out links there. I mean, it is a yarn material, but it's got a thickness to it. I think this will be okay. All right, I'm going to combine this with another shirt. So just bear with me here. Okay, so I'm not just gonna wear that chainmail sweater. I'm gonna combine it with this, which is a Henley shirt. Again, Kramer over at Living Anachronism did talk about what are easy ways to kind of get into the live-action role-playing Renaissance fair cosplay experience. What's a nice entry-level medieval tunic? Well, get yourself a Henley shirt. So let's put this one on. Okay, that's us now in the Henley shirt. And I'm just gonna do it up. Yeah, this is a style of shirt that's super easy, and the nice thing is it doesn't have a collar, so it doesn't look dated, doesn't look modern. It's a nice entry level how to begin with your cosplaying experience. So what I intend to do is put this chainmail sweater over the top of this and just see how well it's going to keep me warm. I did measure in advance to make sure this thing is going to fit. Again, it'll be a little, like, it'll probably rest here on me as opposed to being all the way down, but it should fit. Wish me luck. Oh, actually, it's got the brand right there. Scotchy, what's that brand? Skifo, S-K-I-F-O. So if you're looking for this type of a shirt yourself, look for Skifo. Okay, well the neck can go through. That's a good first step. Now, will it fit? Gotta bring the arms through a bit. It's a little tight. It's a little tight. I'm over 6 feet tall, but I made sure on the eBay listing that this thing was going to measure and fit me. And I think we have a winner. I think we have a winner. Yeah, there's actually, and luckily being that it's sort of chainmail-ish, it has a bit of give. So let's just tighten that around me a hair. Now the nice thing with Living History's video, I can't remember the style of chainmail shirt he was wearing, a berry, something like that, where, you know, basically it's a short-sleeved chainmail shirt for use around the farm or around the war camp or whatever. This has that vibe. Now this is actually, what do you think? How does that look? I mean, I won't really be able to tell until I check this in the video, but it's given me a chainmail feeling, and it's warm. Now it is riding up to my belly, so that's okay. It's going to be combined with other shirts. It's going to go with this Henley shirt and another one that I have a plan for. But it's not too tight. There is give, so I can stretch around and I can reach for stuff. And it's got, you know, I can breathe. There's plenty of space in there. It is a little high on me, but it's supposed to be, in my mind, chainmail. It's not my actual shirt. It's not a sweater, it's not a jumper. It is chainmail. I am wearing chainmail. Well, what do you think? This combined with the cloak, now this is going to be the big pièce de résistance. Does this go well together? When I'm hanging around the house on a cold winter day and I'm doing this, does that look chainmail enough? Is that giving the medieval vibe? Am I about to wander off and travel to Mordor and try to drop the ring somewhere? Like that's what I'm going for here. I think this does feel like it's going to be a good warm shirt. I think this has got a winner here. I like it. I like it. Yeah. So yeah, there we go. My chainmail sweater. I'll just take off the cloak so you can see it more clearly. Yeah, I'm very happy. It wasn't too expensive. Skifo, S-K-I-F-O, is a brand. I don't know how many others of these there are kicking around, but it's nice and it's keeping me warm so far. I'll report back to you how it feels, but for now, I'm going to leave it there. So until next time, we'll see you down the rabbit hole.